It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, Wayne County school buses are rolling today, as today marks the first day of school for Wayne County students. The issue of wearing masks is optional. No mask mandate as the Board of Education met Friday in a special call meeting. Big crowd on hand with the vast majority of people not happy with the mask mandate, which was issued last week. On Friday, Board Chairman Nick Ellis clarified that the board simply overstepped with procedures, and Dr. Kelly followed what was requested by board members. But on Friday, Chairman Ellis said that the Board of Education took action on this issue back in May, and in May voted 5-0 not to require masks. So in order to change that policy, the board would have to vote to rescind the May policy, which on Friday they did not. So there is no mask mandate at the schools in Wayne County. At Friday's meeting, the board allowed public participation. 12 people signed up to speak on the topic. Only 2 of the 12 were in favor of mask mandate. Here's a portion of some who spoke on the issue. We begin with a lady who was in favor of the mask mandate.
People are set on opinions right now, and I feel like we should only focus on the facts. A fact straight from Dr. Thomas, a trusted physician in this community, has said that there were no hospitalizations, no admissions, for students because of our mask mandate. I feel that the board should uphold their decision to require students and staff, or faculty and staff, to wear masks, and require the parents to as well when they come into the building. We entrusted you guys by voting for you. If people have difference of opinions, they need to run for the Board of Education. And I don't need 2 minutes, that's all I need, so thank you guys.
Again, the majority of those in attendance, though, were dead set against the mask mandates. Here was a veteran asking that there be no mask mandate.
I fought not only for the rights of this country, but for the rights of other countries that are under tyranny and dictatorship. In 2003, when we were patrolling Iraq, Baghdad, I watched men, women, and children dancing and singing and praising God in the streets, and women ripping burqas off of their faces, because the reality sat in that they were free to live a life of freedom. And today I ask you not to pull our rights of choice away from us. I'm not saying that people can't wear masks. I'm not downing them. I've noticed that multiple members of the board have exercised their right to remove their mask to speak, as well as other speakers. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would have to petition and ask you to give my children their right. Not on these soils, not in this town, in my community. I'm a quiet person for the most part. I don't get involved in all the fights, but this is one that I'm going to fight. I thank you for your time, I really do. But my children, if they choose to go in that school, if you continue with this mandate, and they choose not to wear those masks, I will back them 100%.
And finally, a nurse who was also on hand also asked there be no mask mandates.
This past week, I had a 99-year-old person on hospice services recover from COVID without hospitalization. Also this week, I had a 75-year-old person with COPD recover from COVID without hospitalization. So people want to harp on the 0.2%, but not look at the big picture of 98% survival rate. Throughout the entire pandemic, I got COVID, my daughter got COVID, a lot of family and friends got COVID, a lot of my coworkers got COVID. I only know of one person that died from COVID throughout this entire pandemic. And although that was tragic enough, I think we just don't look at the big picture of 98% people survive. That being said, also, you know, when you're at bedside, you will not see a nurse that wears a cloth mask or a surgical mask. We generally wear N95 masks and even double masks. We wear a lot of PPE equipment. So the masks that these kids are even wearing in school are not even protective. They're partial protection. It's not even adequate protection against COVID. So, you know, I sat at the school, you know, in the mornings dropping my kid off and picking her up in the evenings. I watched all the kids walk up to the high school without their masks. They're talking, they're congregating after school. They're doing football, cheer, baseball, softball, all together, congregating without masks. There's no way that I believe that protection between 8 and 3 with a cloth or surgical mask is adequate protection, and then afterwards it's not. So I think that it should not be mandated. I think children should have a choice whether or not they would like to wear a mask.
Again, that was just a portion of the comments made this past Friday at the board office. Again, public participation, 12 people signed up. They were all given 2 minutes to speak. One lady had a sign that read, "Support parents' rights, reject medical tyranny." Board Member Ray Davidson said he had no idea this was such a hot topic issue and admitted that he was naive to the subject, but thanked all who attended Friday's meeting. Once again, the school year is underway. Once again, to be clear, if a student or teacher wants to wear a mask, they're entitled to do so. And for those that don't want to wear a mask, they're also entitled to not wear a mask. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, health experts and most politicians, both Democratic and Republicans, are encouraging people to get vaccinated, as they all refer to this latest Delta variant as the pandemic of the unvaccinated. On Friday, Wayne Memorial Hospital provided free vaccine shots. In a 2-hour period, approximately 100 shots were given. Vaccine is available to those who want to take it. The American Academy of Pediatrics strongly recommends that children 12 years of age and up receive the vaccine. The Georgia chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics is still recommending that all K through 12th grade students, as well as teachers and staff, wear a mask at school. The AAP says they support the CDC's and AAP's recommendations of universal mask wearing in schools and applaud the school districts that are implementing face mask policies. Governor Brian Kemp not in favor of mask mandates and has also encouraged people to get vaccinated. When it comes to mandates, he's strongly opposed. The governor makes his way to Jesup, Wayne County today. He's speaking at 12 noon at Captain Joe's Restaurant to the local chapter of the Republican Party, and the public's invited to attend. WIFO FM had the governor on our show this past Wednesday, and he talked about his trip to Jesup.
Well, we are looking forward to it. You know, Stacey Abrams was announcing she's traveling around the country on a book tour, and I'm traveling around the state working hard for hard-working Georgians. And we're looking forward to being back in Southeast Georgia. We're going to do a couple of different things. We got a official visit with one of our schools that's going to be opening and having a little round table down there with local leaders just to make sure we can keep our, ear, eyes, and nose to the ground and know what's happening where the rubber meets the road in our classrooms and in our small communities across rural Georgia and really all over the state. We're doing one of those today up here in the metro Atlanta area, and then we'll be speaking to fellow Republicans at the Wayne County GOP lunch, so we're looking forward to that, to talk to them about the conservative record I've got and all the things we've been working on really ever since COVID hit, guys. As you know, it's been kind of crazy, and a lot of people have really either forgotten or didn't really hear much about the agenda that I campaigned on, that I've been pushing and doing what I told people I would do. And then we'll be in Savannah later in the week on a visit there, and also headed to Glenn County tonight to visit with all the sheriffs who are down there for the Sheriff's Association meeting in Jekyll. So we're looking forward to being with our law enforcement, continuing to support them in their efforts every day, unlike the other side that wants to defund the police.
And once again, Governor Kemp in Wayne County today. Again, he's speaking at 12 noon at Captain Joe's, the local Republican Party, and the public is invited to attend. We'll bring his comments tomorrow here on the local news. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news: a special call meeting this afternoon at 5 p.m. at City Hall as the Jesup City Council will discuss the election to fill Mayor David Earl Keith's unexpired term. From all reports, it appears that this will coincide with the City of Jesup's election set for November, with the qualifying beginning August 16th and ending August 20th. Mayor Keith said he talked with probate judge Tammy Thornton before resigning to make certain that that was the case, as he did not want the city to have to spend extra money on a special election. County Commissioner Ralph Hickok has already announced his candidacy for mayor of Jesup. He's going to join us this morning on the world famous Butch and Bob Show to talk about that decision, as he is currently a county commissioner. They state he will not have to resign as county commissioner to run, would have to step down as county commissioner if he was elected mayor of Jesup. And WIFO will follow the elections closely, as we have the City of Jesup and the City of Scriven elections this November. Qualifying again for those elections begins August 16th. Mayor of Scriven, Jason Weaver, has already announced he is running for re-election. Qualifying once again begins August 16th and ends August 20th. And the City of Jesup Council is set to meet today to discuss the election to fill the mayor's unexpired term. Again, they believe it will coincide with those elections in November. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.